Josh is back here yelling, guys.
Sorry, y'all. I get worked up a little bit. She's like,
Thank
I'm going in. I'm like,
he's all hyped. He's hyped up. He's been gone. He's all. So let's see who we got in here. I appreciate because this is an early time of day. So I appreciate you guys. Satan Hunter, I saw you first all by yourself over here. Annette, Virginia Bushcrafter. If y'all haven't seen him, go check him out. I found him through Prepper Nation. Great channel. I appreciate you being here.
Sorry.
Saffron, how are you? And you're here. You made it. Still doing that turkey. Coffee first. How are you?
Coffee.
If I miss you, I'm sorry. Put things in all. Hey, random. Y'all know Huckleberry's in here. Florida Man, how are you? The Prepping Artist. And if I miss you, put things in all cap. Do all the YouTube stuff. Listen to Miss Sharon. She's the boss. She knows. She gives out the orders. She's in here. Hey, Tiger.
Love you, Miss Sharon.
Oh, Wayne. Stuff's already acting up. I thought everybody's in here. Thistle Moon, how are you? Jane, all of you guys. Okay. And if I missed you, I'm sorry. Put things in all caps for us. Sandra, how are you? So this is the tough conversations. And you know how Josh and I do. We do those tough conversations.
Yeah. We've already been screaming. Yeah,
already been back here yelling and everything. So we're going to cover a lot of things that are going on because it's all building up and it's coming to a head with this whole thing. They will come. We were talking about that last week over the weekend because we're at that tipping point we talked about that.
We're on the edge.
Yeah, it's about to go off, and there's still so many people we know. We all have them in our life or see it, up close, personal, or in your workplace, in your town, in your broader, it goes across that are not. They're still not getting it. They're still not, thinking nothing's going to happen. I still have people tell me, they're like, that would never happen in America. That would never happen here. Okay.
Casey, I'm so past that. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I can't with it. I'm like, okay,
all right,
go be blessed.
Yeah,
but don't come knocking. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about.
And so, okay. Hey, what up, chat? What up, fam? Hey, everybody in the house. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. So look, what we're talking about has already been said 1,000 times. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But now there's a sense of urgency. Now is the time for actually putting things into place and doing things that need to be done now. Now is that time because
and getting ourselves mentally prepared because we talked about we are going to have to make decisions. First, we could have to make decisions that are hard decisions. Now we all talk big and bad and everything, but when you're in a situation, you're like, I have to close the door to their face. I know what is on the other side of that door that they're not going to come in, or it may come to the point we have to do things, depending on how far in where things are that we thought we would never have to do, and we're going to have to live with that, and we're going to have to press on because, in that sense, we've been. I mean, I guess you could use the word training. We've been training and preparing for that to come, and here it's so close.
Hey, let me say this. Let me just say this. So, hey, fam, y'all that's in the chat, seriously. Rip, Huckleberry, Sharon, all you guys, look, seriously, man, y'all know how I kick it, right? Like everything is meant to happen the way that it's supposed to happen. And I'm gonna tell you, seriously, fam, all this prepping stuff that we've been talking about, all these things that we have been talking about and wargaming and thinking about and planning for, we are at the cusp. I'm not even gonna lie to you. We are literally at the cusp, and it's been so crazy to be a prepper, Casey. Oh, I'm a prepper, preparedness mindset. It's been so crazy. But I'm seeing all these other genres on YouTube saying, hey, maybe you might want to go ahead and buy a little extra at the grocery store to stock up. So people were starting to see what's going on. And it's going to exponentially increase as things get worse.
Yeah.
You are where you need to be. We are doing what we need to be doing. We're talking about and planning for what we need to be planning for. I'm glad y'all are here. Thank you. All right, let's go, Casey. Let's get it.
I missed some of it because you froze. It was really dramatic too.
Come on. Really? Simply Tony, I froze.
Did he freeze for everybody?
Oh my goodness. I don't have the air conditioner on here, so I'm sweating. It's hot.
Y'all see how worked up he is? He's already breaking a sweat. I see all you guys coming in here. I appreciate you. Rip, Tony.
What up,
all
Rip?
You. I miss you. We are resistance. Yeah, man. I think that so we got to talk about. I mean, you know, we have been saying for a long time things are going to pop off all across the pond, everything else, and we kept saying, I think that is what's going to spark and our own administration here with everything they're doing. We kept saying, I think that's going to spark some sort of civil unrest, civil war 2.0. Something's going to happen when things get to that point.
Yeah.
Before they even get to that point, probably. Because I mean, we talk about when supply lines start going down, when comms start going down. People who are just there's going to be that thing. There's going to be that thing of, it's going to come back on. You know, people just aren't. They're going to take care of it. They're going to take care of it. That's going to happen. Then there's going to be some that'll be like, man, I've been hearing this. This is for real. This really is. These people went crazy. This is coming. It's going to be the panic. And there's going to, I don't care how gray man you've tried to be in your life, some level, it could be family or friends, neighbors that know some bit. They may not know the depth, but they know, hey, you know, they're a prepper. They have stuff. They have supplies. They're ready. They're getting ready. They've been preparing for this. They're going to come knocking. And a lot of them will come empty-handed. I think some are going to come strong-armed. I think some are going to come pitiful. And you gotta
some may come dangerous.
That's what I'm saying.
May
strong-armed like come at you and just say, I'm gonna push my way in.
Some may come. Sorry, Casey.
Go ahead.
Some may come with the gas needle on E, past E, praying and hoping that they can stay wherever they land. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
they come up and say, "Oh, you know, I got here to this point on fumes, and I have nowhere else to go."
Now what?
You got to evaluate that, and I think that is part of. You know, we talked about where's Prop B, that kind of war gaming in your head, that preparing out, you know, playing out some scenarios and saying. And I think that there's that line we talk about. There's power in numbers. And is somebody going to be an asset to you in shift when it's go time? Are they going to be an asset or are they going to be a hindrance? And I know that you have to almost humanize people like that. Thing like, are you an asset or you're a hindrance? Are you going to be able to bring something and be part of this, or are you going to deplete everything and put us all at risk?
Yeah, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
Man, Casey, there's so much. Where do you want to start?
I know you start. Go. You've been on vacation. You better take some of this.
No, look, I was on vacation.
For both of us.
I was on vacation, but I was keeping up. I was definitely keeping up. I was like, please God, let me make it back home before anything crazy pops off.
I was like, you home right now? How many more days?
Hey, look, seriously, Casey, I don't know what we can and cannot say. That Black Hawk. It was shot down. It was something happened. I'm not trying to hear a mishap. They don't have mishaps.
First of all, let's even before that.
I'm sorry.
What were 5 special operations people soldiers doing? Refueling exercises. Come on now.
What did this happen at?
It's believable. Like, what did it happen at? Don't insult me with thinking I'm believing. I don't believe it. And the thing is, Turkey came out of the game like it was us. Yeah, we did.
No. Yeah. Seriously, man, things are happening. I don't think we know the full extent as to exactly what's happening. Things are happening. All right. What do you want to go with? You want to go with the when? Who? Why?
Yeah.
Who's coming?
Yeah.
When are they coming? What do you want to go with?
I think that's the importance of this.
What up, Pilgrim?
Pilgrim?
When?
Just miss anybody?
Oh, come on. Stop with the notifications. When? All right. So the when. Preppers. We're looking and we're diligently looking to see what's happening next. We watch the most current breaking news videos to see what's popping off. I don't know what we can and can't say, but this war it's growing. Nothing is reducing in size. It's growing. So now is it Hezbollah? I don't know what we can and can't say. But
man. I mean, it is what it is at this point.
All right. So for me, trying to stay on top of things as a person of preparedness, it's for me, it's going to be when there is a regional event. That's going to be my when there's something regional, that's when I need to go ahead and start thinking about putting things over the windows, not like boards and stuff, but security.
Right.
Because a regional event. What do you think? What do you think about that, Casey?
I think that's what people are going to start taking. That I think it's going to come to that point before a lot of people start taking it seriously.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think that's going to get a lot of people. They're going to get excited about things. Going to get a little anxious. I think that's what's going to take. Yeah.
The reason I say regional is because preppers, regional. Let's just say you're surrounding 5 states. The 5 states that are surrounding you. Mm-hmm. If the grid goes down in the surrounding 5 states, that it's going to take weeks before outside of this regional area, states outside of this regional area can get to you. So at that point, then I know this is going to be a couple weeks. Logistics, fuel delivery from the other region to get into my region. But you're still going to have hundreds of thousands, millions of people saying, "Oh, just give it 2 or 3 days and the power will be back on. Don't worry. The gas will be back at the gas stations in a couple days. Let's just hunker down and hang out." Yeah. But as like us,
storm, we'll just hang out and do our little, hurricane parties that we call them over here in the, in the South. We do that, and I think a lot of people are going to have that mindset, and they're going to be sitting ducks because there's going to be too many people who have bad intentions and do know. Where my marauders at? Mm-hmm. They're going to take advantage of their situations.
Yeah. Just like them. Let me know if I'm wrong or not. Hey, chat, y'all let me know. A regional problem, a regional grid down, a regional water supply disruption, a regional internet. Because if it's just a state or a couple cities, then you can still have outside resources coming in to kind of repair the situation ASAP. Right. Lickety split. What up, Seabass? So let me know if I'm wrong. But Casey, to your point, if it is regional, that is absolutely when a lot of the people who do have ill will and bad intent will get their green light. Yeah. We're talking about the southern border. Mm-hmm. You follow me?
Yeah, sleeping, just sleepovers. It's going to be there. They know, they've been trained to know. They have little codes and things to look for and say, hey, when this goes, this happens. I'm sure there are code words put out even on mainstream media or anything, and they're like, I knew what that meant. They have all that, laid out on what they're supposed to do. And so you're going to have to. You remember how we were talking backstage? Even there's going to be at all levels, this level, and then when they start coming to your house, during certain time, brown shirts and stuff over.
Okay.
During that time, he's great. He's like, oh, she about to get strike. There's no word I can say with that. But there were people during that time that flipped. They flipped on their neighbors, they flipped on their family, they flipped on their friends because they were like, I can't. I'm starving. I'm bad off. I didn't prepare. They're coming after me. I'm worried about my safety, or I'm just a crappy person, or whatever. And they're like, oh, I can be bought off by the enemy to go set things up. We're gonna have to look for all kinds of stuff like that. And then we come as sweet old people. Yeah.
Look, security is going to be priceless. Just the idea of, once things go left, just the idea of peace, of of somebody protecting me, somebody reestablishing 911 in my life is going to be absolutely priceless. That's why they're going to come.
Katrinka. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to ignore chat. I'm sorry.
What up? Yeah. They're coming, Casey. Look.
They are. Okay.
Uncle, look, they're coming. And it's a sense of urgency now. I don't want to go to the end, but we need to have these conversations.
No, go ahead.
Is that saying too much? Hey, fam, these notifications. It's War News 24/7. That's what it is. These notifications. No. All right, I got it.
He must have got something. Is it something we gotta know now? I get them. I gotta turn my notifications off when I'm on here. Phone off, everything, because I get alerts all the time.
I don't know how to turn off the notifications. All right. Yeah, that's why they keep going, because I haven't quite figured that part out yet. But they're coming.
Family,
Uncle Bob,
friends, yeah.
Anybody, fam, hey, Katrinka, Miss Sharon, anybody that has watched our channels that know we talk about preparedness, This is what I want you to grasp. It's going to come down for those people. It's going to come down to a point as to where it's going to be an emergency. They're going to be scared to absolute death. It is not going to be optional for them. Right. They're gonna think, where can I go?
Yeah. And they're going to remember, especially us when you're trying to wake, especially when you had neighbors, friends, and family, you were trying to wake up. You're like, I'm trying to wake you up. They're gonna all of a sudden, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, I know where to go.
Yes. And the problem is gonna be is that they're gonna be surrounded by other people too, who are thinking the exact same thing. This is what is going on.
Yeah.
And they're gonna say, that one family member is going to say, okay, I'm going to go over to my brother-in-law's house. And they're going to be like, well, where is he at? You know what I mean? And it's going to be like,
and they may be like, hey, I'll help you get out there. Let's go. You take me with you. You know,
what if they can't? What if they can't get out there, but this person does have reliable transportation to get you out there? They will come.
And you can come too.
Yeah. Just get me out there, bro.
That thing. Are they an asset? Or they're going to be a hindrance? Are they going to deplete you?
Yeah.
Are they going to take over? It's going to be knowing that person's personality, what they got to bring, everything. If you're not, there's that, and it's going to be hard, and you're going to have to live with that and press on and say, I'm still in survival mode and go time. And because that's going to be, if you have a heart, that's going to be hard. You're like, I know what's about to happen to them. On the other side of this door, if I don't, I know what's probably going to end up happening, but that was going to happen to me and mine if I allowed that. There's going to be that fine balance, I think, and I think there's going to be I think could get caught up. I trusted them, I let them in, or I should have. I think we're going to that mind game, and I think that's that praying for discernment. We talk about that all the time.
Yes,
and we're going to have to make hard decisions and do things we never thought we would have to do.
Casey, so many things are going to go out the window when this happens. I can't wrap my head around it. Seriously. Like, I can think logically about how I'm going to handle certain situations, but it's going to be so much more than just that. Adriana, what up? All right. So I got a little sidetracked, but let's talk about this. So what should we be doing now to remedy this issue? Conversations, phone calls, now mentally, preppers, we can sit down right now and basically know who's coming just from the family that we've talked to. And we can jot down, we can classify personalities.
Oh yeah.
We literally can. Who's going to fold?
Having discernment about people.
Yeah.
And there is an asset. And hey, McBean, I think there is that. It's like, okay, this person has their skills. Maybe they can fix anything. They have a heavy medical background, something like that. I'm like, we don't have that in our community. We don't have that in our little group here. Or we're going to need that. They're going to pull their weight and do their part. And I think that's that knowing that individual, whether it is a neighbor or a coworker or family or friend, but then there's going to be those people. And the thing that's going to be hard is when you know these people or they're related to you, or I've known them all my life, but I know they're going to drain every bit of this. And I'm sorry. I tried. And that's my thing.
How do we do the I'm sorry? How do we do the I'm sorry? Come on, Kate. No. Come on, Casey.
I think and when it comes to me, I put in, let me use this as an example.
All right.
I have friends I had, like, especially before I moved, I had known pretty much all my life, and I would try to kind of softly like wake some of those people, like, hey, you may want to try, I'd send them something like, hey, this is getting serious. You may want to, so you don't tell them too much, but they knew, and they were like, you are crazy. You're crazy. You listen all your time and your money and your energy on doing these things. But then at the very next breath, they say, but if something does go down, I know where to come.
Yeah.
I've had people tell me that.
Yeah.
And I would say, and that ain't gonna work out for you if you come up here.
Okay.
At that point, because to me, you're saying I'm not going to do anything, but I'm gonna ride off yours when I get there. I'm still not going to do it because I want, and that's that. What do we keep saying? Those first world problems. I still want to go out and do my daily Starbucks and go and go shopping and go on vacations and do all these things and buy the newest and have all this stuff because I don't want to be part of that. I don't want to mindset, or I don't want to invest in that and take the time and energy it takes. But I know I can go to, I know you do, so I'll just come sit on that. That would be a hard, especially with somebody with that attitude, those would not be as hard for me, even though I know what they're facing or their outcome's going to be.
Yeah.
I know that those type are putting me and mine at risk.
Classification.
Yeah, you have to.
Somewhere in WTX.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a really good comment. And I love comments where I don't really have the answer, but I want to hear.
Is it up higher? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Sorry, chat. This is what I'm gonna. I'm sorry. And that's what we're talking about. Family. It's your daughter, right? Does she have enough of? I'm just using an example. Does she have enough of you in her? Be like, oh, once it snaps, she'd be like, okay, what do you need me to do? How can I be an asset? These are my skills. I know she has these skills. I'm gonna say, if you're coming in, this is what you're doing. And there may be times we have people we let in, we have to turn out. You're out.
Too woke.
You're out by force or anything else. You're out. That could happen, and that would be as far as like that, because that's your child. And I have kiddos. I know. That would be my answer. Is, because even family can put you in harm's way and at risk.
Hey, I just wrote that down because that's a stream all within itself.
Yeah.
It really is. My family too woke to trust? What in the seriously? That's what we're gonna be dealing with. The woke stuff on top of trying to survive. Legit.
Mm-hmm.
The wokes. Yeah. Man, this is gonna be tough. And look,
this isn't gonna be easy. Hey, Lorf. That's okay if you're late. I haven't been in chat. I'm sorry.
Lorf is in here.
And if I do miss something, you have to put it back up there. I think I saw maybe St. Hunter said you put something in all caps, and that's YouTube. I don't know. A lot of people. Yeah, there is that time. Lauren, I'm sorry because we're in this deep conversation, and I'll get over here and get squirrel.
All right, I'll shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So regional. When is it? Everybody's like, when? When do we go? When do we gear up? When do we go? Hey, I think I'm on a list too, Casey. I know I'm random. I'm sorry, guys. I think I'm on a list.
You think?
Man, look. We went to Costa Rica, right?
Right.
Vacation. And something weird happened. Two plane tickets, American, 2 plane tickets. And when we were getting ready to leave, like the day before, I'm sorry to take y'all down this road, but my lady was like, she handles the business, y'all. So she's like, okay, here's your boarding pass. I'm gonna send it to you on your phone. That she has to hold my hand like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, thanks. But she's like, oh wait.
Y'all take note of that. Y'all take note of that if you're going to join.
No, hey, I don't know what I would do without her. But she was like, oh, in the hotel room, like 2 days before we were doing our return flight, she was like, oh wait, they say you have to go to the kiosk or the front desk. Yeah. Hey, y'all let me know if I'm crazy. So I'm like, well, that's not good. Like, what's going on? So yeah, we get to the airport, Costa Rica. We get to the airport and I go up to the front desk. They do all the thing, and she looks at my passport and she looks at me like 3 or 4 times. And prepper mentality. The vibe is like, wait a minute, what's up? So we get the pass. We go upstairs. We're getting ready to board on the plane. And there's this extra group of people. We already went through like the checking the bags and the all that stuff.
Right.
But right before you walk onto the plane, there's another group double checking people. And I already know. Randomly. Like every 6 people, they're like,
felt it.
Please come with me.
Eyes. They were already looking down the aisle.
Yeah. So I was like, I already know. And my lady, she hit me. She's like, they're going to check you. What? Sure enough. As soon as I got up, she looked at my ticket. Beep. She's like, you've got to go to an extra security check. Swiping everything. I'm on a list. And y'all are probably on the list too. Sorry, guys. No, that is not how this is supposed to work.
Yeah.
Great man.
Yeah.
Anyways, when do you think?
Blackout documentary in 2016.
Man,
American Blackout. It's a documentary in 2016. I'll have to look it up.
I think I saw that.
It sounds familiar, doesn't it?
What up, coffee? Yeah.
I thought I saw some stuff, but my chat is also, it'll freeze and then it'll jump up really high. So I'm missing things.
Man, no, I promise you, we're seriously, everybody who is here on YouTube, talking about any of this stuff. Look, the breaking news channels, Casey, now they're like, well, this channel is being monitored. I don't know if I'll be able to continue. You will not be able to continue putting out the information you're putting out as we grow closer to this conflict.
And we've been, just on look, we've been talking about how the shadow ban stuff, and I've talked to all the big creators, and I have people tell me, they're like, I cannot find you. I cannot find you. I look up stuff. Nothing's getting shared out. Nothing's coming up in my feed. Even they're like, I'm subscribed to you. I'm still subscribed, but it's not coming up in my stuff. I don't know what to say about that. Some say, oh yeah, I get notifications. Others don't. But like we've been saying, next month will be 2 years I've been on here.
Really?
And I know. I've been with you for more than 2 years because we did that for a while before I did that channel.
The bomb.
And I was thinking,
coffee.
We've been saying for a long time, this is all going to be gone soon. We talk about writing things down, doing the thing, all that stuff, but this is going to be gone. There's not going to be any. Oh, I'm getting information that's way over, so many states over. So I know I have that forewarning it's coming. That's why my big thing that we have been started working on recently was our comms.
Yeah.
Because that is going to be vital. And it was vital back in World War II and everything else when all that nonsense was going on. Because that does give you that little bit of a heads up. It's some sort of communication. Hey, it's rolling your way. Because all this stuff's going to be cut off. And and then if anything is going, it's going to be like over in the Red Dragon. They're like, I'm going to tell you what we want you to know, and that's it. That's all we're going to allow to be broadcast.
Man. Hey, chat. Anybody in this chat should have a Bale Fang at this point in the game.
Yeah, I've been talking about that for
I would say put up a 1 if you have a Bale Fang, but I'm not going to do that. Just get one when you can. But they're cheap. But everybody should have one.
And get the whip antennas.
Yep. Semi-programmed. If you can't fully program it, just do what you can. Watch a couple YouTube videos. What are they, Casey? A Bale Fang. Even if you went to like the last 2 years version, 35, 20, 25,
like
35,
60, 65, or 80, something like it's not that much.
All right.
Just get the antenna thing, the whip antennas. I would pay for the whip antennas over the standard ones that comes with it. I would do that.
All right. Yeah. Jane, I appreciate you. Yes. Comms. All right. All right. So for me, it's going to be regional, no power, right? People are going to freak out when they lose control. It's going to take, it's going to take a lot for us to walk away from air conditioning, mortgage, car payments, the things that we're used to. It's going to take a lot. But when you remember when that thing hit a couple years ago, the first LDs. Yeah. Remember that?
Yep.
That was my first taste of something real actually happening here. Cause it was different. It messed up the fabric of our normalcy. Right. But when this happens, it's going to mess it up, but it's not going to be controlled. It's going to be an emergency disruption.
Right.
So when people can't protect themselves, when there is no 911, when people actually realize that there's no 911, whether they realize it by somebody kicking in their front door and there is nothing happening with their cell phone.
Right.
That's when they're going to come. That's when they're going to come. They're going to look for
those who have ill intentions. They're sitting and waiting just as we are to pop off, but their intentions are different.
Yes.
Their goals are different. And there's plenty. There's plenty I've seen across the internet to talk about that. That's how I'm going to survive. That's what I'm going to do. They're not going to last. They may get that for a little bit. Yeah. But that catches up with you. It will catch up. Josh, Laura was asking, what are the range on those? It really depends on your antenna.
It does. Native. What up, Native?
Native.
Okay. Okay, so Laura, look, me and Laura, we've talked about solar quite a bit. Laura, I'm not like a real like. Everybody knows I'm kind of random, right? But this is what I've done, Laura. So about a year and a half ago, when I bought my first set of bale things, it came with the super small CD, disc. No, I don't know who still has like those discs or stuff, but you can still go online. You can still plug it in USB, and it will kind of sort. It's difficult. You got to play with it, but it will program some channels into your bale thing through the cable USB to your computer. Emergency, mostly local emergency channels. But what I did is, on Amazon, they had a whip antenna. It's a foldable, bendable antenna. It's like 3 feet, 2 feet, 3 feet. And I purchased it. I put it on. And once I put that on, it started picking up things all over the place. Ambulances, 911, the different cities. And at this point in the game, any type of YouTube, that's how I figured it out. But any type of communications that you can have when the power is down, when it's just going crazy, anything that you can have for communications is going to be day and night. It's going to be life. So grab some of those, get the whip antenna, play around with how to program it. Like I said, normally it's a USB cable into your computer. You can download your local. Damn, get it. They know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Saint Hunter also, I've been telling people for a while, I'm like, because, we would use our Bofangs, we would use it for scanners.
Yeah.
Scanner, right? So I would listen. It would be like dispatch. You could put it on dispatch. You could put it on your sheriff. You could depending on your area, because some block that and don't allow it. I think Texas, you're not allowed to have scanners. I'm not sure. There's different places. That I don't know. They block it or something. But anyways, and they would say like it would be certain calls. They'd be like, we have no manpower. They would say on that we have no manpower. Estimated arrival time 3 hours.
What?
Yeah, and some of them would or cardiac things. And I'm like, there's nobody coming. There's no manpower. And this is when we were still in North Carolina. I was like, that's why I try to tell people even on my channel. And it's not scare tactics. And yes, emergency medicine, I've had to use it before. There is a need. And I worked as an ER trauma nurse, and things like that are needed. And that's why we have to be like preventive care. And you better be on top of things and have somebody, you yourself or in your, not a mag, Pot B, but like your community that can do certain things. Read up, educate yourself now. I don't care if you don't have a medical background. It doesn't take much. Educate yourself. You're going to educate yourself in the same way. Practice. I've given all kinds of things you can do practice, because there's going to, even now, before we're in deep, there's some areas, they're not coming. And then there's going to get to a point, they're not coming.
Done.
That's the end of it.
Hey, we're not making this stuff up, y'all. Look, seriously, we have 11 aircraft carriers. Is it 11 deployed globally?
I know they sent out 8. I know they sent out 8.
Our total is 8. Our total is 11. We have 8 deployed. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Casey. 8. Listen, I don't know how much gas. I know they're nuclear powered. I'm just saying. I don't know how much the gas costs to keep those where they're at, or who writes the check to send them to where they need to be at. But I'm telling you, it's got to be hundreds of thousands of dollars to send these things, if not millions, to send these things where they need to go. Somebody is writing a check for this. It is not just to like show off or just to be there. Things are happening, y'all, for real. That's the sense of urgency.
Let me about the Bofang. Let me Huck put that link of that channel that we watched. There is a guy who he does. We learned a lot on this one channel, and I've sent it out to a couple of people and about Bofang things. And that was where I learned a lot, because I was on that thing doing the course to get my ham license. And then there was a thing he was like, I don't have a ham license. I'll never have. This is why. Now you know what's works for you. There's different lists, but we got our GMRS license.
Billions.
There's a difference. So if he throws that link down there, check that out, because he just all different tips and tricks and everything with the Bofangs. Go check it out.
So what does this license give you? the ability to broadcast, because I never hit I got tape over the broadcast button. I'm not touching it.
Holding it down, talking, yelling at the dog. We've heard that before. The kids get a hold of them. We've heard that come through before.
Once it goes regional, I'm be like, hey, help. Once it goes regional, then, I'll be broadcasting like crazy. But right now, no, don't do it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just different. You have a license. So, I mean, and there's that thing, people talk about, and I've said this myself, when it comes down and it's hardcore, we're deep into shift. If you're not just up there lollygagging, talking away, if they're not, the license aren't going to matter at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of things with comms, even let's go back to World War II, what they did, a lot of it is for listening for yourself. You're listening. That's what the big thing was, is they were able to hear things, what's coming and stuff like that. Now, as far as like distance, with our comms we were working is to go very far range, because of having family and people who are my people that they know, like, hey, this is, we don't live together, but when stuff happens, we're coming together. Yes. If things went down, then that was our.
Yeah. Hey, look. So seriously, with the bail thing, and I know. So they have a cheaper, I forgot what it's called. It's a cheaper walkie-talkie. I think I talked about this a couple times, but you get like an 8-pack for like $68, right? I had my old lady's nephew come over. Seriously. Right. And I was like, hey, run all the way down to the end of the neighborhood and we're going to play walkie-talkie. He was like, okay. He ran all the way down to the end. I couldn't even see him no more. And we were still communicating. And I got like 8 of these, you know what I mean? So right. when things go left, my neighbors, I'm going to go talk to the one at the very front of the subdivision. He's going to get one. If you see anything, bro, please just let me know. My neighbors
have those certain watch people. Hey, you're over on this end. You're going to see it coming in first. But that's that community work that we,
yes,
that is the trusted part of like, hey, this is an asset. We're helping each other.
Yeah. Are you going to be here? Are you going anywhere? Yeah, we're going on. Okay. Don't worry about it. Are y'all going to stay here? Yeah. Okay. Here's a walkie talkie. If you see anything, this is the channel number, cause it's all set. Yeah. This is the channel number. Let me know. And that's where the communication is at right now. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's do this. All right. So we know who's coming. Uncle Sally, Uncle Leroy, their friends are going to try to come. Immediate family is going to try to come. We know who's coming, y'all. And it's going to be tough. They're going to be coming to your location on fumes, because there's not going to be fuel. Winging a prayer. But now let's talk about, let me scroll down in my notes. I got notes, Casey. Look, I'm trying to be fancy here. I got notes. So right now, the conversations, we talked about personality classifications. I know it's fancy. It's not that fancy. It's just a fancy couple words. Right. But now is the time to, seriously, as preppers, to be sitting down and making a list. And look, hey, y'all, fam, keeping it 100% real. I already know. I got a couple people who watch my videos in the family. They can be like, oh, he's talking about me.
You'll get text a little bit like, I heard you, man.
Yeah, for real. Hey, you ain't have to do me like that. No, but seriously, fam, hey, sit down, make a list of immediate family members that you have actually talked to about Shift WROL.
Yeah.
And really think about their strengths and their weaknesses. This is something the average prepper, they're not going to really go this far. So this may put you ahead of the game, but you've got to classify. Will this person be able to pull that thing when it needs to be pulled? Is this person going to just wimp out? Is this person, you know what I'm saying?
You're dead weight. Are you contributing?
Yes. Seriously.
And I think you have to, like, there's situations we've been in life. It's like, you have to remove your emotion from it. You have to distance yourself from the situation, the person, whatever the stuff, and you have to look at it logically long term, because there is a point. It's like, this is one person versus the rest of me and mine, whatever that looks like for you. Everybody's going to be different. And I'm not saying that's easy, and I'm not saying that just flippantly, like, oh, this is not going to be a big deal. You're just one person. I don't care. I'm not saying that. Yeah, but like you said, I mean, I say extend your list beyond family, and it be family, friends, coworkers, people anyone who may even have a hint that, hey, let's go, Josh, let's go.
They're coming.
Well, like in field medic stuff, you would be trained to do stuff, and it would be this is true. This is in wartime. Everybody's been in. I don't know if Pop B's still in here. I mean, because he's been in those type of situations, military, but we were trained that how to assess people, talking about field medic stuff. And it was like, no matter what I do, I'm trying to make them comfortable or help them, but they're not going to make it. Okay. It was like almost labeling that. And then verse like, this one is, but I can't deplete my whole supplies. I can only carry so much. That is the same way. We only have so much, and give it to the person. I know trying to save this person that there's no helping them. The end result is still going to be the same. Okay. We did have to go through that training, and I remember that, and that isn't easy. Maybe because I've had that training, that assessment is a little different, and separating yourself and being in stuff like that separates yourself. Anyone's been in stuff like in medical or military or law enforcement, there is a mindset there's a zone kind of you go into for that, and I think that that's not being.
When are you gonna do a video? When are you gonna do a video about this zone? Because I need this zone, fam. Tiger, yeah. I need this zone.
Well, that's why we always train. You're in your zone now. You fall apart later, but when you're in there, you can't. It's a separation. I don't know. We just were. We were trained in that, and as time goes, you learn to do it. But then you can fall. I mean, there's times I've fallen apart.
Triage
afterwards, and that's okay.
Okay.
But there is a different assessment. And I know that sounds heartless. People are like, "What are you talking about?" That's like, family, friends, old people. I understand that. But if you do that, next thing you know, be 100 people at your door.
Okay.
They're all going to come.
Is that it? Warlord TV triage.
Right.
Is it triage? Just the order of things.
Triage nurse. That's the ones that do the assessments when they first come in. It depends. Like a lot of different things. A lot of people. Did you work triage? Sorry, I'm pulling my cords down in front of me. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different things. Being in the military, being a field medic, I was trauma nurse. People who are in law enforcement, I've heard, because people I've worked with and they're in the same type of somewhat field, or military, they would talk about that.
Okay. Look at Tiger. I must be honest because I have no problem.
Yeah, I think mine was field training before I even become a trauma nurse. I think that's what it came to. We were just. And I'm not saying, and you know what, you may have somebody in your group or family who's already, that's in that be like, you're going to be better at doing this because I know that I'm going to have a harder time. I mean, there's some people who just, that is their stronger asset. They say you're going to be able to one that's going to be able to do assessments and you're going to have to say yay or nay.
Yeah, no, you would definitely get the job. If I had if I had the situation, if I had the compound and like from what you're telling me, please go do it. Do whatever you need to do. Yeah.
It's going to come. I'm sorry, chat. I'm ignoring you. Not on purpose. I'm just in my thing.
No, you're good. It teaches you to read people. And that's the funny thing too. Seriously, man, seriously, y'all don't even understand. The spiritual side of things. I know. I don't even know why, like, I have this prepper thing in my head. I don't even know why I even care about prepping, but legitimately, this thing is so strong, and it's like, it's preparing me for like, what's looking like the end of our way of life. I won't say it life. Yeah. I won't say like everything, but the end of our way of life in the transitional period. That's
yeah. I keep having to. I'm like, we're in a shift or a transition. That's yeah. I know what you mean by that.
Okay, you got me. 10-4.
Yeah.
So conversations with people. Now is the time. Make the list. Personality classifications, and I'm not saying mags, which mags are gonna be necessity. They are. You
pop me up like that.
Everything has its place, and you're going to have all of it in the grand scheme of things because there's going to be no centralized government like air conditioning. Right. Yeah. Everybody's going to be doing their own thing. Mm-hmm. probably for an extended time period, and that's what worries me. America, man, you sent me the notes and the email. Man, KC be on it, y'all. Seriously, yeah, KC be on it.
That's why I'm in charge of, I guess, the assessments. Go ahead.
There is, for us, Sodom and Gomorrah. Maybe probably. It sounds about right. There is no time frame for how long we can be in the suck.
Yeah. And the thing is, people are going to lose their mind and act foolish when it's just the first world problems that are going down. And they're going to act, they're going to act out. And then when things really hit.
Yeah.
But then we talked about that. There's going to be so many people that we've been saying that there's going to be people who are just like, they're going to be begging, like, when's the bus coming? Because I need them to take care of me. And there may be people that come to you and be like, that's your ticket. Because that's the only, you better figure yourself out. Or that's your ticket because it ain't here.
I don't know what to do. Yeah. Hit the knees.
I know what I need to do, and honey, it ain't here. I mean, you got to go. It's going to be like
Yeah.
that.
This is literally, y'all, hey, fam, however you want to chop it up, however you want to look at it, this is literally the end of our system, our way of life. Things are about to change. Casey, I don't think people really understand how things are about to change on this planet. Okay, let me throw this out. Just I had this thought earlier today, and I'm going to try to be cryptic, but I don't know what I can and can't say.
Just go for it.
But the GAZA, right?
Yeah.
They really don't have a whole lot of power. As far as, I mean, no, they can't do some things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they don't. But look at how many protests, look at how they've mobilized people globally to stand and fight for them.
Mm-hmm.
Globally.
They're here.
Go.
Let's even get into that. And we talk about, and they're already here. They have identified, can we say the H type people, the group, the thug ones that have come through that were doing all the stuff in Israel and everything? They have identified them. They finally identified them. That's who they were. They were coming across the border. Just telling them they're already here. They were just I watched the whole thing on it. They're already here. They're coming through. And then we have some of them are truly not from here. And then we have the woke college age, propaganda, just whatever, that are going through and doing their protests and everything here. Did you see all the stuff in New York? I talked about that yesterday. Jason and Angry Prepper even did a thing on it because they were up there. They were climbing up everywhere on Veterans Day. They were moving, climbing up, tearing down all the American flags and putting the Palestine flags up there and everything.
Yep. Tiger. Yep.
Sorry. I'm messing.
Oh no, legit.
Oh, yeah. That's always.
Social media is a
people like that.
Social media is a mug. The sad thing behind social media, the sad thing behind it is that there are people who truly do understand the ultimate power of it. And there are people who are just like, every day, just like scrolling and just like checking it out and laughing and But there are people who understand how powerful. So social media can mobilize, from what we've seen, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people.
Oh yeah, I think Native and I were talking about this.
Yeah.
And I talked about this, I don't know, the other day, but I was like, they're letting a lot slide that 6 months ago, a year from now, we would have been like strikes. They'd shut the whole channels down.
Okay.
They're letting so much slide now. Nobody's getting strikes anymore. And like, I'll have videos removed, old videos, but I don't get a strike or anything. They just take them down. And that wouldn't happen before. And I think some of this, they're letting a lot ride, number one, to get their agenda out. They're letting a lot ride because they had to even it out. And they're collecting information, of course. But we're seeing that more and more on all platforms. They're letting stuff. And see, what is funny is because we're seeing that lax more now, that after they had that whole, what was that whole board, that thing that they had to put across and make heavier restrictions on social media and everything.
I know talking about
information and stuff like that. Yeah, there's that change. But the timing, that's why I was talking about it. I'm like, you need to look at beyond. Okay, if you see this change or something, okay, what's timing and what's going on around it? Because they everything's connected. Everything.
As preppers, we have to have on our
yeah.
I don't even say preppers anymore. I don't even say preparedness. Y'all know what I'm saying. We have to have on those glasses, y'all. That's just day and night. And you have to look. Yeah.
It's constantly, this is smoke and mirrors. This is nonsense. And what are they trying to strike me with? Move this out of my, don't even get this attention, because what are they doing over here behind their back? What's the other hand doing? Why are they directing me so much over here? Well, there was a lot of things that we were all so distracted and everything with all these, Israel, all the stuff going on. And they passed all this, the WEF, the WHO, all this stuff. They passed all these different things.
All right.
I said what I said.
Oh, no, don't go back. no, we're moving forward.
Guys. No, but for real, they did. They've passed all these things, and that's how they do that, because they keep people overwhelmed. They keep you distracted. And people get exhausted. I have so many people, more and more, and we go through those waves of people like, I'm exhausted. And I'm
I don't want to pull
back.
back.
Step away, because nothing is going to change. You are on the path of preparedness and doing stuff and educating yourself, but you got to step away.
Yeah. I know when to pull back. I'm not even gonna lie to you, Casey. Look, seriously, it's surgical now. I hop in, I see what I need to see. I got a couple channels. I see what I need to see. I see which direction it's going in. I always ask myself, is there any options to de-escalate this situation? And listen, Casey.
Yeah.
Can I say Israel?
Yeah, you can say it.
They will look from this point forward, fam. As much as I would love for peace to be there, from this point on, there's a bullseye, Casey, and it's just facts.
Yeah.
Every non-Christian country in that area, y'all know what I'm saying, is from this point forward always going to be going for them. You know what I'm saying? That's why this is biblical, Casey. There is no possible de-escalation.
And it's such a small percent to everything, all the ones that are going around them. It's such a small percent. And this is biblical. That's why this is whole biblical. But at the end, and I tell people, and it is heartbreaking. I mean, people know my roots and background, my family, my mother's side, all that. They know. And you're like, shh, gray man, KC, you've been telling me that all the time.
I have, man.
But it is biblical. There is that peace and security, and the thing of God promised. First of all, God didn't break promise to be like, man, I didn't see that kind of coming. They kind of got me. He is not. That does not mean that people get nasty with me in my comments. I'm talking to y'all too. Is they say, well, he didn't stop from XYZ happening, these awful things. He didn't say that stuff was going to happen. He said that he would not let Israel be destroyed.
Yeah.
He said what was going to happen and who everybody was going to come against it and everything that they were going to try to do, but he wasn't going to let that be destroyed. So there is that thing. And this is everything. Yeah. Russia back. Did you see that the US and NATO came out and said that UKR needed to, hey, you need to cut your losses. Yeah. You need to cut your losses and accept it and go ahead and give it up for peace. And that's it. And he's over there begging.
I know.
Forgive me. He's over there. Hey, please, I'll pay it back. I'm good for it. I need something to carry me over to payday type attitude.
Yeah, I know that one. Younger days.
Pathetic, but it was humorous to me. But I was just like, did you not know that you were part of this big scheme of washing that money around? What are you doing? I guess did he not even know? He had to, but he's begging everybody.
I caught something else on MSM too.
What's that?
And it made my antenna go up. No, so anybody on YouTube, you've seen this dude before. General something. He's on everybody's channels now. It's like this retired general. You've seen him. I promise you have seen him. But he's like, y'all don't understand. We only spent, what was it, like 60 billion to deplete half of Russia's military stockpile.
Right.
And when he said that, I was like, seriously, like the prepper mentality. I'm calculating stuff. I'm like, okay, well, wow, that's a pretty cheap price to deplete half of Russia's stockpile.
Right.
But then on the other hand, like, is that all that? Is it just numbers? Is it not lives? Is it not land and families and people? Is it just numbers? Like, what is really going on here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it makes me want to prep harder.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even there was even a thing that there was, the bear, he was kind of giving like warnings to the US about, hey, I'll pull this. Because I mean, look at everyone that's pulled in with him when it was just them and UKR, right? And now look at everybody that it's like, no, look who I got paired up with me now with everything. Because against Israel. That's why the whole thing about that those 5 special ops, that chopper that went down, I'm like, it just doesn't add up to me. It just doesn't add up to me that it was, especially because the Turks were like, yeah, we took it. And then over here, they're like, oh, no. It was just a mishap. It was a mishap. They were practicing refueling. Really?
Man,
5 special ops were doing that? Are you kidding me?
Where did it go down at? Where did it go down at? I need facts.
Cyprus.
Bam. Hey, where? Cyprus.
Right off of Cyprus. Yeah.
Okay. I'm slow sometimes. Cyprus.
I should have pulled up a map. It's over there in that.
Bam. Hey, enlighten me. Cyprus. What are we talking?
It's a little island off of that. All that area.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's our main staging area before we go off into the Mediterranean. I remember Cyprus.
Yeah.
It went down. Wait, it went down to Cyprus?
It was right off of Cyprus.
No, it cannot go down in Cyprus. Look, I'm slow at times, but once I catch on, I'm good.
Y'all see the light bulbs go?
It can't go down in Cyprus because that's like our staging point.
Off the coast of that, like right off of that, I believe. That's near Turkey, though, right?
Island west of yeah. I got you, Pilgrim. Mm-hmm. Hey, Pilgrim, I'm slow, but once I catch on, I'm good. But I remember seeing the map, and that is like our major staging point before we do go east, more east.
Right.
Hey, what about this? They're talking about these. They're shooting ballistic missiles, and atmospheric arms.
Yeah. That's
great. That's not rockets. That's not like. That's not like mortars. That's not like, maybe it'll go, maybe it won't. Hopefully it'll hit whatever. Atmosphere. Yeah. And then our troops are just getting bombarded, apparently, in Syria. What is up with okay, let's pivot, Casey. Bam. Hey, chat, let's pivot. Supposedly there was an assassination, a threat of assassination to T-Man.
Yeah.
Let's pivot. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, where's that going to go? That whole connection.
We got major protests.
Zelensky was begging him too. He put out a whole thing. He was asking T-Man for money.
In 10 years, Tiger. 10 years. What it'll look like in 10 years. Man, I don't even want to get into it.
I don't even think. I'm telling you, elections are not going to ever. We've been saying that for years. Election years comes up. It is not. They have got to have major stuff pop off. They are not going to. They're not going to let that go through like how it can't.
Coffee. Tell me if I'm wrong. Coffee. Yeah. What up? Yeah. Tell me if I'm wrong. It's the fan. 1770. Everybody I talked to that hit me up. 1776 is going to be the next election. Casey, I'm so serious. North Korea said if World War III by 2024. That's what, 2 months. Listen, this next election. Oh, let me stop saying so much, so loud. This next election.
His channel is just
this next election.
They can always hear you.
Listen. This is what I tell everybody, and I've been saying this for like the last 2 years. This next election, it's not going to be normal. It's not going to be polling. No. It's not going to be booths. Casey, I know I'm out there, but I literally see T-Man being escorted by a military,
right?
From state to state, campaigning, and the left doing the same. I guess kinda. This election is going to be by the people, for the people. This thing is going to be different. That's why we're doing this live stream. It's urgency. Things are about to go left.
Yeah. And we had said, you and I have been saying, we said we were expecting things because they're going to hit during holiday seasons, winter months, when people are going to be more vulnerable. People are going to be more distracted. People are going to be emotional, like all this, traveling, money, all that sort of stuff. It's going to have that. The things that are going on in New York now, I said this before, write it down. I said this before. I am worried about New Year's Eve.
Man.
And are they still going to do all that up in New York? I don't know. I just feel like that kind of puts a target on them.
They will.
In general, but I think a lot of things are going to go. I think a lot of things are going to go on this winter, but between now and elections coming up, I just don't think it's going to. It's never going to be like it is. And never like it was before.
Yeah, 8 aircraft carriers abroad, ready to defend.
And we don't have all that excess equipment and people, manpower, everything else to waste. God knows we send everything to UKR. We're so depleted. Our numbers are so low. So do you know how many people are out on all that? How much manpower is out on all that?
Look. Let me pull Pilgrim onto my team. I doubt there will be an election in 24.
Yeah, put up there.
Pilgrim, bro. This is what I'm talking about. An election, a true look. We're going. Listen, we're going back to 1776 for the 24 deal. There won't be an election the way that we've always had them, where you go to the polling booths and you say, "Hey, how are you?" and they write down your information and you go in and you cast your ballots and it's peaceful. There's people with signs and stuff. No, we're not having that. This is gonna be the realest American election that we have ever had in our lives. This is gonna be by military protection. People are going to cast their votes. I would really hate that if November next year comes around and like everything's just like hunky dory, like business as usual. But I'm just saying, I think the next election, people are going to cast their votes by what they have in the middle of shift. They're going to cast their votes by making a stand on who they are with. Whether it's the left or the right, whether it's Trump or it's whoever else is running, they're gonna make it known by the freedom seeds. Let me stop, man. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, okay, and I think it was St. Hunter. Forgive me if I'm wrong, because I'm just trying to go through here real quick while he's talking. Yes, last elections we know that how it was, and I say people know me and they get all bent and they get big mad at me about where I stand with election stuff. I'm like, it's theatricals. They're going to put who they want. There are different puppets. We know the bigger game. They're just they're filling a seat to do what they're carried out. Whoever says that. I get it. No, last year's were not the same. We know how that situation worked. Because they're going to make who they want in there. T-Man. I have my different opinions about that. Also, everyone plays a part. There's different things. But I still don't think it's going to be.
We got to tap in.
The same as far as the same as like let the little peons down below think that they have something to do with it, and they're doing the motions that are normal that we've always done these motions to vote. I don't even think that is going to be the same. No,
nobody trusts whatever the polling machines were. Nobody trusts that. Yeah. Nobody trusts the institution that holds the election. I shouldn't even have said that. Nobody trust. I'm sorry, Casey. Nobody trusts that. Hey, Pilgrim, we tapping in. Me and Pilgrim. All right, so Pilgrim, I already believe that we'll be in shift. I think we will be in CW 2.0. Not CW, but we'll be in shift. That regional thing that I'm talking about. I think we'll be pretty close. Everybody will be fed up before we make it to November 2024. I think we will limp. That's what I always say in my videos. We will limp into the next election. And it's not going to be polling booths. It's not going to be, it's going to be damn near CW 2.0 when the election hits.
I think whichever way it goes.
Yeah.
And whatever happens, but there's so many people coming out and be like, yeah, last time I voted for this, but okay, hear me out, guys. I understand that, but the thing about the voting that we're just going through these motions and think we're actually making a difference. Yeah. But still on this level, people who are like, no, I still wholly believe in the system or anything else. They're using that to pin people on this level against each other.
Yep. Yeah.
It's just another move in their game. It's just this level. Like, hey, we'll let them destroy each other, and they're going after each other while we're doing all these other things. And I think just look at it. Just look at it that way. Just trust
me. They're tearing it all down. Everything, anything of normalcy, it's being destroyed. They're tearing it down. And we're coming to that point as to where something new is going to start to poke its head out. They're tearing it all down, from religion to our way of life,
right,
to the economy, to religion. They're tearing everything down, to war. Man, look, okay, Casey, the aliens. Are the aliens going to stop the nukes in midair? Are they going to save us? No.
That's gotten quiet, hasn't it?
It has. This is business as usual.
Waves. It always goes. Everything always goes through these waves, but that's real quiet now.
It is. It's business as usual. This is the transitional period. We're moving into a new cycle. I'm gonna get a little weird, but they've probably watched this happen several times already, and they know what's coming. Yeah. Seriously.
Josh is awesome. Josh has been with me since before I had a channel. Josh is the person who had a channel, guys. Me and you, and Appalachian.
Man, I went on to the guest. Appalachian, if you're watching this, she probably is. If you're watching this, please come back, Appalachian.
But you and I went on as a guest for her. And I didn't know you were going to be there, and you didn't know I was going to be there. We went up, and I was like, who's this guy? And you were like, who's this?
Yeah, and I started screaming.
We hit it off, like how we always are. And Appalachian has that way. I just love her to pieces. And so they're the two that talked me into. They're like, you got to do a channel. I was like, nah, I'm not going to be a YouTuber. Nice try though. I just went on as a guest, but yeah,
here 2 years. Appalachian, just text us and just tell us you're okay. That's all. Yeah. No, man. Casey, I'm watching this thing unfold in disbelief every day, spiritually speaking, in disbelief. Like, we're here. This is happening. This is okay. The conflict is spreading, y'all. So it was supposedly GAZA is almost decimated. But now I could be wrong. You let me know, Casey. There's pamphlets, leaflets being dropped that says, hey, y'all better start moving to another part of where y'all live at.
You better go because you're in here. That's it.
And your boy, the Red Dragon, has been awfully quiet, like you said.
I told you. I said that's what makes me more nervous that he's so quiet. I said because it's like crickets with that situation with him.
Wait till those balloons start coming.
No, I was like, hey, speaking of those balloons and what happened over in Maui, what happened with everything with Maui? That's just gone. This is quiet now.
Yeah, apparently.
Nothing's going on. They destroyed all that.
Man, Casey, can you imagine? Hey, can you imagine? Look, follow me, fam. Can you imagine? Okay, so the regional things popped off. Once the regional thing pops off, I know what time it is. But then, if it goes beyond regional. If it goes beyond regional, we are absolutely in it. We're looking at months of the suck.
Yeah.
That's when comms go down. So we don't know what's happening. Look, Casey, we have the fam. Listen to me. Our world will get so small. Seriously, this is our world will get so small. Right now, we're globally connected. We know what's happening here, there, over here.
Within a certain radius network, that's it.
As long as that whip bell thing will reach, that's it.
Fam, I'm talking about your good old boy network, right? Where you're in your radius of where you live. That's what you'll have. That's why I say know your surroundings, know your people. If you have neighbors, I don't have neighbors. Know your neighbors, know people who can get to you. Yeah,
Casey, that's what a lot of people. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Even preppers. And a lot of these channels, look, the title says knock knock. And as preppers, we watch all these channels and we listen and they just say, yeah, they're gonna come. They're gonna come begging. The savages, they're gonna want food, protection, safety, shelter. But what they're not telling you is that right now, it's almost gonna be withdrawal from some type of hard drug. It's gonna be withdrawal. And people can't wrap their head around this. Our world will, when the cyber attacks hit, when it goes from regional to worldwide, national, our world is going to get so small. Coffee, bro, it's going to get so small. It's going to be your neighborhood. Yeah. And that's all you're going to have. You are not going to know. Listen, when the nukes, and this is the thing, when the nukes get fired, we're not going to know. Casey, please, we're not going to know. Mm-hmm. You're not. You're not going to know what's going to happen 20 miles away from you. Right. Hopefully you have a Baofeng with the whip antenna or some way to reach out.
A lot of that with those Baofengs is going to be listening. You're trying to gather information. You're trying to be a couple steps ahead and have some type of warning. That's what most of us
tell them. This is what I'm preparing for. The darkness, the silence, the quietness. You're not going to know. I'm right outside of Dallas. I'm not going to know what's happening in Dallas. I'm going to be worried about what's happening probably within 2 miles of where I'm at. In Casey, as preppers, that's when we talk about water purification, water collection, growing your own food. Fam, I hope y'all hearing what I'm saying. Casey, you picking up what I'm putting down?
Well, I mean, that's why I go so, like, especially the first year. So I started this channel. I was pumping information out about like alternative medicine, being prepared, preventive care, even talk about nukes coming in. Now, if it comes but so close, then I hope it hits right on top of my lap because I don't want to suffer. You're not going to make it. It's going to be a long thing. But like there's certain things, it's like just within so far from you, you're just kind of catching winds from that.
Yeah.
From radiation stuff. I've talked about that. There was all that stuff I was pumping out to begin with because I was like, I don't know how long they're going to leave this up. And all of that. We've been saying all that. We're past all. That's why for a while now, I'm like, I've been past trying to wake people up. It is your choice. It is your free will. We all have that free will to make. We're just not free from our consequences. I tell people that. I'm like, you can decide whatever you want to do, but you're not free from the consequences of your choices. But don't come knocking on my door. I mean, that's how it's going to be.
Casey, we tapping in. Hey, fam, look, I don't ask too often. Hey, like, comment, share, and subscribe. If y'all can, share it out because people need to hear this.
Yeah.
Casey.
And it is because we care. But I mean, I'm kind of like, it's kind of that irritated urgency. Like, please, I mean, how many more times? I mean, it's about coming in that there's not going to be any more warnings. There's not going to be any more time or supplies or ability or whatever to say, oh, okay, I need to get on top of this. And I understand everybody's situation of how much you can prep, what you get is different. And don't compare yourself. But at least having that mindset that like, this is what I'm choosing to do and I'm moving toward it. Maybe you're going to be sharpening big time skills because you haven't been prepping and you're like, I got this to offer, but I know somebody does, but I'm coming in, I'm offering this skill of mine or whatever it is you have to offer.
Yeah.
So maybe you can plug in somewhere. That's going to matter. Got to do something, but make the effort.
Somewhere in Texas. Somewhere is that West Texas? WTX.
Let me see.
Casey, as preppers, man, look.
Oh yeah. We've talked about that for a long time on this channel, haven't we? I said because that's one of the ones I was talking about. I was like, you better find an alternative and how to safely start coming. Now I'm not telling anybody what to do. Read my disclaimer, don't get it crazy. But it is.
Yeah.
There's gonna be problems. And that's sad. But the thing is, with the Red Dragon, 90% of our stuff isn't made in the US, and they did that. We did that, and I'm like, all they got to say is no more. Can't have no more. We're still having supply shortages in prescription medicines.
Yes,
I still have so many connections to the medical field, and they're like, you can't get nothing. I saw something just the other day. It was a video, and they said. It was a hospital thing, and they said we have all these people that have very serious respiratory things going on, kids and everything, and they're like, we are running out of supplies and medicine for this.
Yeah,
and here we are. Winter's not here yet.
Hey, yeah, Casey,
watch
seriously,
all the videos because I do care for y'all. I do want people, and if you know somebody that maybe is like, hey, I know they got this and they're not on board and they have these conditions or on these, send it out. It's to help.
And look, going through the different stages of prepping, I'm like, hey, as soon as something happens regionally, that's my whole thing. Regionally, I'm going to get everything that I need from the local pharmacy, a couple of them off top, super early before it gets too crazy, and I'm going to get everything that I need so I'll have a stockpile.
Yeah,
I don't think that's a realistic idea.
It's gonna get depleted. Eventually that stuff's gonna where you're gonna be depleted. It's gonna go away. You're gonna run out, and there's not gonna be any refills. So my thing about so much, yes, I understand some of them is like I have to take. There's some things I'm like, I cannot help you. But pray for you and do the things. But the things that you can and preventive and things that there are alternatives for you. You better be growing it. You better be doing those herbs. You better be doing stuff now.
Casey, we've been fam, and y'all know y'all been around all these videos that. Man, I hit up my homeboy and I'm like, hey, bro, look, heart to heart. I'm like, look, seriously, now is the time. Legit, like heartfelt conversation. Now is the time. All of the lives that we've done together, all of the videos, this whole prepper community. I don't know how why everything we've been saying and doing is for this time right now. It is time to implement. I don't know who decided that we would all be in this prepping community on YouTube talking about all these end of the world things, but we're here now, y'all. Now is the time to be implementing these things that we've been talking. Before was the time. Hopefully this
we are like at the last bit of the sand, and the glass going down.
Hey, my little.
And I'm not saying that for fear mongering.
No.
If nothing happens, great. Guess what? You're ahead.
Oh no,
great.
I'm past that.
You can relax a little bit. Good for you. But if you don't, there's no going back.
Yeah, no, I'm fully past that. This conflict is, and look, and just to throw it into context, because people are like, I see it, and I said, man, all the different channels. Why do we care about what happens over there? Why can't all we need to do is just focus on what happens right here? Because if you enjoy air conditioning, if you enjoy, man, gas was $2.55 a gallon. I was like, I'm feeling up.
Trying to make y'all relax.
I'm feeling up.
Yeah.
If you enjoy your SUVs and your high performance vehicles with cheap gas, your way of life, your credit. They don't have credit in Costa Rica. You got to have the cash to get it up front, all of it. Right. If you enjoy your credit, the houses, the clothing, these big screen TVs, this internet. That's why we have to put 8 aircraft carriers around the world to protect that, because, and I've said it 1,000 times, it's not just the Strait of Hormuz. I've always been harping on Iran and the Strait of Hormuz. If they close that down, gas and shipping is done. But it's any of those Middle Eastern countries now, because they're all.
They said when they cut that off, if something goes red hot over there, where it comes from, when you're paying $10 to $15 a gallon, or they're going to ration it. They did that before. That's not unheard of. People think it's not going to. People just don't think we're going to go to rations. Yes, we're going to go to rations.
Yeah, they're going to have to.
It's going to be different. And everything I tell people, I'm like, just because people are like, well, the way the world is today, I'm like, it's just going to be in modern times.
Yeah.
They're going to do it. And the way they can track things even more now that you can't get by your little paper books that they did before for rations, they're getting around it now.
No. We're going into a time period of no options. It's just the suck. That's all. You don't have any options. Take it or leave it. Whatever they give you, take it or leave it.
Mm-hmm.
Fam, transitional period. That entails a lot. The system is changing. Mortgages, car payments, credit, the stock market. Everything is going to change with this conflict. So the things, and this is past videos, but the things that people have begun to hold as like how much I make a year, my income, how big is my house, how fancy is my Mercedes Benz twin turbo, my Gucci this, that is going out the window. Okay. Seriously, that is no longer going to be
right up to the end. They're going to be distracting people with that, and mind it for the holidays. Don't get caught up in that.
Okay.
I think they are, and that's going to be, and then what you're depleted because your money and your attention went to that mess instead of prepping stuff.
Yeah.
And they know because they know that people are waking up.
I did.
I didn't see that rip. I haven't seen anything.
I
have to see if I'm still subbed.
Last night I caught it.
I haven't seen anything from you. You've been I thought you were really quiet. I better go check unless I got unsubbed from you.
So they're moving.
I have watched a couple of her things.
So they are absolutely moving forward with the whole see, I don't know what we can and can't say, but it's the digital currency, grocery stores, social deal, the social CC, they're moving. Listen.
Yeah, that's why I said when we were distracted, that stuff just with the W alphabet area, they just passed all that. It just went through.
Yeah, transitional period. It is. It
and they do it quietly. And they had some of them. They said, "Oh, these meetings are behind closed doors. They will not be. They will not be broadcast. They will not be public." And they just go in there and do it.
Yeah, and I think there was a guy on her video. I told you, Casey, I'll be watching. I'll be watching. But there was a guy, and I want to say Rip, I'm not sure, but I think the guy was against what was being pushed through. Right. I guess like approved, and he was kind of against it, so he was letting people know. But that's what's going to come from the smoke. That's what's going to come from the end process of this. Listen, our economy, I don't know why it is still as strong as it is, because it's all globally interconnected. But as soon as something major pops off, as soon as one of those aircraft carriers have incoming, they take fire or whatever it is, as soon as that happens, our economy's done. Investments, credit is done. We're on the cusp. That's the urgency. So, man, food. Back to the basics. Food storage. Food. Water storage. Water purification. Water collection. Food storage. Food growth. I know we're going into the wintertime. The basics of prepping, y'all. That's I can't preach it anymore. Everything that we've been saying for years. The basics of prepping.
And don't get caught up in the what's the word I'm looking for? They push like the Black Friday stuff. Oh, have you noticed that they've been doing all the Black Fridays? They're doing it all the month of November, most places, the Black Friday stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, don't get caught up. Don't get caught up in that. Forget, because pretty soon that big screen TV and all that, it ain't gonna work. So you might as well go buy you some preps for Black Friday, okay? All this month. And I'm very very practical. Like I like functional type things, and that's just how I am in general.
That's
and
nice.
I'm like, and if Huckleberry, if he bought me some frivolous something or another, I'd be like, "You're kidding me, right? I hope you save the receipt because I'm taking it back and I got to get prepped." Because it's not going to matter. Yeah. And then you're going to be sitting there and be like, "Man, look at all this frivolous stuff, and I can't eat that. This doesn't give me no water. This isn't survival. This isn't in my medical preps. This isn't growing anything for me." And I say it all the time on my channel. Yeah. Practice all your stuff now. Make yourself uncomfortable now, because people are going to be so shell-shocked when things just go off and they're used to being so comfy and just living it up. They're not going to, their minds aren't going to be right. They're not going to know what to do. I'm like, you better practice those skills now. Make yourself uncomfortable now. Do without now. Don't go crazy. People still every year they'll go put themselves in debt for the holidays. I'm like, have you not learned yet?
Don't do it, fam. Hey, let's get back to the what is it, like cards of like the writing things that truly mean something to a person.
Sentimental stuff. Sentimental stuff. Do sentimental stuff. Make memories. Practice your skills. You can have, and a lot of the things with all these skill things, sets and everything, and family stuff, you can make that fun. Yes. And it's worth so much more than any of that.
Cook some good food. Some music, just show people how much you love them.
Take all these distractions, turn the TV off.
Yes.
Talk to one another and do stuff as a family, do events.
Casey?
You get your kids out there. My kids were raised that way, and we're like that. But get your kids out there, grow some stuff, let them grow some stuff with their own hands, harvest it and cook it.
Yes. Seriously.
They'll be like, oh my gosh. I'm telling you.
Yeah. But oh man, I can't believe we're here. Seriously, I can't.
I know. I go that way. Like we knew it was coming, but then sometimes I'm like, this is where we're at, really? And sometimes
the A23 live stream, the A23 PT. If you're watching, what up, bro? The A23 live stream.
PT, you better jump up in here.
Yeah, for real, for real. The A23 live stream was when Ukraine, the whole thing first popped off over there. Right. And I can remember doing live streams with me screaming, "This is it! This is it. World War III. Da, da, da. And now when I look, we've normalized all of that stuff, and now look at where we're at right now. We're in the Middle East with 8 aircraft carriers.
And they don't send that stuff up just be like, oh, well, let's just show a flex. No, we got time and manpower and everything just to do a flex. And I'm telling you, they don't do that just because.
Yeah,
it's seriously. About to go hot.
How did we go from a conflict with Russia? That was the end of the world because they have unlimited nuclear weapons. They would just decimate the planet. How did we go from a conflict with Russia, the second largest nuclear power? I don't know what China has. To all the way down here to now, the Middle East is in flames. Oh, yeah. 8 aircraft carriers. Man, just prep up, fam. That's all I got to say.
Just do it. I'm tired of telling y'all.
Yeah. I want to paint this picture I want to paint this picture one last time. One last time. No communication. There is no YouTube. All those briefings about lickety split, nice and crispy with graphics, the Watchmen, the New York Prepper, all of them. No, none of those. You turn on your computer and there is nothing, no signal. There's no power. You can't turn it on.
We'll get a broadcast once a day, once a week or something. They're going to tell us what they want us to know, and then that's
You're kicking rocks in your backyard, going through your preps, trying to hold down the vicinity of your home or wherever you choose to bug in at. That is it. You don't know the gangs that are coming. You don't know the weather. There's no more news. There's no more. It's gonna rain tomorrow. Oh, it's gonna rain next week. You don't know. You will be secluded to your area. And I'm not trying to make this sound bleak, but it's reality.
Yeah.
And every now and then you're going to have some people just trying to get to you because they heard that you know what to do to survive and you can protect them because you have some freedom seeds and a couple other things. You don't know if they're the enemy. You don't know if, you know what I'm saying? You don't know if they're friends, foes. That's where we're headed right now. And protests could be raging. We don't know. The government, DC, could be totally overran by thousands of those southern border people. You will not know.
Right. And the thing is they know about you.
Yeah.
They know about you because they strategically place a lot of those people.
Their goal is our destruction. So
of course.
Listen, hey fam, listen and tell me if I'm wrong, but they may still have internet connectivity over there in the Middle East, and we could be sitting here in the dark, really not knowing what's going on. The government may have their internet, and what's that mountain? What's the mountain where they all go to high?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about Pennsylvania.
So they may have their connectivity, and they may still be running strikes and still handling business. They may say, okay, at this point in the game, we can survive a couple of these nuclear strikes to these major cities, but we have no idea. This is the prepping.
I think also that training our mind about being reactive, because we talk about that. How many times we talk about preparing our mind, being, mentally and spiritually and mentally, because my thing is when things is, and that's part of that training, that field medic training, that all that type of stuff I went through, and people go through it, but do things now. So you're not freaking out. You freak out later because then people they're not rational about things.
Get it done. Get it done.
So that's right. Where's Poppy? Where are you at? What, are you working or something?
Probably.
Working. We go through those scenarios. Play those scenarios in your head. Get up with somebody you trust, like how we do them on here, but it doesn't have to be up on YouTube, or your family, or to your trusted people, like, outside of this even. Go through those scenarios, because it's training your mind. It's training you mentally over, like, okay, I remember we talked about this, and this is what we need to do. Yeah. Just please do all that stuff.
Appreciate you, Holy Sky.
I appreciate it.
All helps. Love.
I appreciate it. I do.
Yeah.
I appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much. I think that's what you have to just be on that, especially before winter comes. I don't know what's going to happen. I pray nothing happens. We always say it. People think, well, pray for a moment.
No.
Pray for the best.
It's coming.
Prepare for the worst, pray for the best.
No, it's coming, Casey. It's coming.
And then people say, oh, y'all been saying that for so long. And I'm like, we didn't say time frames. But the way things are lining up now, even biblically, the way things are lining up now, if you're not of faith, okay. But they're lining up. We know what's going to come. We know what's going to happen. And, the Americas, that's not listed in the end times in the Bible. A lot of them other places are. I think we're the new Sodom and Gomorrah. I've said that so many times.
Yeah.
It's coming.
People don't like to hear that, but
they don't like to hear it. Sorry, I'm not here to be touchy-feely and, roll dust under the sugar for you.
I don't know why, but I have this feeling that we are going to be in the suck for a while. And a while does not mean a week. It doesn't mean.
No, it doesn't mean, there's a storm that went through and the stuff went down, or it's going to be like that.
Look.
Everybody eating milk sandwiches and stuff.
Wait, what?
You didn't say, you hear about that? Come on, Southern people, where you at? Every time a hurricane comes, everybody goes and gets milk and bread and say, you eating milk sandwiches?
I've never heard that before.
You never heard that?
I'm trying to figure out how you make a milk sandwich.
They're like, what are y'all eating? Milk sandwiches? A hurricane, there's no power, and you buy milk and bread.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Yeah. But the whole Sodom and Gomorrah thing, seriously, I think we could we could literally be here for 2, 3, 4 years in the suck. Book of Eli type trying to.
I think we're going to be like, there's going to be places, especially that we could be like third world.
Yeah, worse.
I just think that it's going to be. I think it's going to get to that point. And I think that they're going to try to, like, even the stuff that they're going on about the chopper or things that are going on. I've said they're not going to tell you to cannot hide it anymore. They're not going to tell you we're in WW3. They're not going to tell you, in my opinion, we've been in that. They're not going to tell you until they can't hide anymore. Things that are going on, how bad it's going to happen, I think, until they can't hide it.
Yeah,
or until things just go down and people are like, oh my God, what just happened?
Check this out, though. And this is what worries me. Not worries me, but this is what I see. The fact that they have deployed 8 aircraft carriers, it speaks volumes.
Yeah. Remember when I said that, I was like, this is for real.
Yeah. They can't hide it. Like, seriously, why would they need to deploy 8 aircraft carriers for a world war? What else is there?
Yeah.
So, things they can and can't hide. And they're showing you. Yeah, man.
I'm going through all that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that is true. And that time era is I've always studied that. It's important to me for a lot of different reasons. I'm like, and I've even talked about books. I've showed books on my channel way back. Go look at my videos about books. I've talked about it. I've had them. I'm like, you better study it. You better talk to those older people. You better learn from your ancestors, your grandparents, great-grandparents, how they survived, because it can be done. This isn't so far-fetched. They didn't have the luxuries we have today. It can be done, and they survived. Yeah, I think it's a mindset also. Be a survivor. Be tough about stuff. Do that.
They got some good comments in the chat. Embrace the suck. Simply Tony. Hey, look at Katrina. Holiday list is getting longer. Bale Fame, Walkie Talkies, Gas Man. Just do what you can. You don't have to break the tell somebody else to get it for you. That's what I do.
That's right. Say no. Yes, I tell people all the time. People tell me like, I'm out. Oh gosh, I should just my emails are like, if you claim you're of faith and you can't be of faith and be a prepper. Okay. Yeah. We're not reading the same scripture then, because there was plenty of times that it was told in there to go prepare.
Yeah. That's why I kicked the spiritual, because we're going up against some crazy odds, y'all. Ultimately, I know we're really going up against some crazy odds. So if those odds at some point in this journey isn't in my favor, I'm okay. That's why I kicked the spiritual stuff. Like a Katrina.
So we gave you y'all's Christmas.
Yeah, look.
That's the type of stuff you need to be spending money on.
Yeah, just send the other people. Tell the other people to get it for you.
Right, I'm like way behind on chat.
Embrace the suck. Hey, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to embrace, love the suck, and the suck is gonna be the simpler things in life. It's gonna be when you only have some seasonings, I always say seasonings because I got a lot in my preps. Some seasonings and some rice and some water to boil for a meal with the 2 kids. And you're sitting there and you're eating out this little bitty bowl of something you put together, and you can still smile with the kids and say, look, I love you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That family unit has been torn apart for a reason. They've been building that for so long, and we see that dynamic has shifted so much. You need to get back into all that.
Yeah.
And it'll bring you. And I always think is, let the tough times, let the difficulties, let the struggles draw you closer, and bond you more instead of everybody tearing each other apart over stuff. Get your head on right. Fix your focus. That's what I tell them. Okay, so Deborah, the question. We were talking about that earlier. I don't know if you were in there. It is hard. I think we talked about, I don't know if you were in here earlier, we talked about doing assessments, and that's awful. I know it's like, but it is that detachment from a situation. You have to remove yourself. You have to back away from it. And there may be somebody in your group, your community mag, however you want to label it, that is, can do that. They can, they can assess the situation. Do they have skills and positive that they're bringing to this, whatever, to your community to allow them in? Or are they going to be a hindrance? Are they going to deplete you? Are they going to put you more at risk? That's my big thing. If they're putting me more at risk, and there are people who are going to be like that, you're going to have to assess that. Josh had talked about earlier on. This sounds awful. Make a list. Your friends, your family, your coworkers, people in your community that hey, these people, they kind of know what I'm about, what I'm doing, and they're going to come. And you need to start figuring that out mentally. And if you're of faith, I'm of faith, and I'm constantly playing for a discernment on situations.
Peace out, Pilgrim. Do it. Yeah, now's the time. While things
do it now.
Yeah, catch people now. Catch them now in a conversation. They're gonna think you're absolutely crazy. But if they give you any type of inclination that, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Go with it. But if they're like, okay.
If you have to talk yourself into it with anyone, then I'm sorry, that's a no for me.
Gotcha.
If you gotta I gotta talk myself into this person, I'm like, well, let me. I can't. If I gotta talk myself into it, then it should have been a no, and you need to move forward.
Gotcha. Off top.
Yeah, if you gotta talk yourself into it, then that should have been a no.
I got you.
And that's just how I feel about that.
Appreciate you.
I'm not saying anything's going to be easy. I'm not trying to parlor because I'm thick-skinned and tender-hearted. I do. I feel everybody else's things. I take that in, but I also get in a zone where I separate myself from things. I'm able to do that, and that may be because of training from the past. I don't know. Yeah.
Me too. Man, I just right now prepping is so sexy. It's so sexy, Casey.
It's
my toys.
Yeah.
All my pristine
but
toys.
When that is that's survival.
Yeah.
It's finally so sexy after that.
I know.
But I mean, I'm kind of like, I'll die on this hill. This is what I've been preparing for. God put me here for this reason, and I'm going to go.
I believe it. I really do believe that.
None of us are getting out alive, so I don't want to.
I like that. Hey, fam, chat. Did y'all hear that? Because that speaks volumes. Can you say it one more time, Casey?
Which part?
What you just said.
I'm reading chat. I've already went squirrel.
Oh, come on. No one is getting out of here
alive. No, we're not.
All right,
your part. What did God set you for? What are you supposed to do? Who are you supposed? What is it supposed to be?
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean that is because I have faith. Nothing's going to take me before it's my time to go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So what do I got to fear about that stuff? I just, you gotta. I mean, I'm saying I don't get worried. Like, oh man, I don't want to suffer. I don't want to go through some stuff. I don't want family to suffer, but I don't know. I think it's a mindset. I think there is a different, and I can do that.
Yeah, H-O-D.
Yeah, so Tony, I hear a lot of people like that. Luckily, I am not. My whole household and family, they are on the same mindset. But also, I think it has a lot to do because it's just a way of life.
Hey, Tony, I'm so thankful that you are. For everybody that's around you, I'm thanking God that you are. Seriously, bro. Just look at it like that. Somebody got to do it.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah.
It's hard. Faith over fear. That's right. I don't know. What's the whole? I can't. Is it in Isaiah? It's in Isaiah. Help me out. I can't remember.
Help you out.
It's all the darkness in the world.
Yeah.
Cannot stop what God has ordained. It's not going to happen.
Oh yeah.
So
this is all His plan.
Yeah.
I was in I don't know, it was another live stream or whatever, and somebody with the chat or something, I don't know, somebody was commenting like, hey, for all you preppers, da 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 da, and it was basically saying, why would you prep? Because everybody's gonna die. Like, why would you even prep?
I don't want to suffer in the meantime.
Yeah. I was like, hey, bro, sometimes it's not always the final destination. Sometimes it's just the ride.
That's right.
And other people were like, yeah, they were liking the comments. I was like, do what you can, bro. It's the ride.
We are too.
Yeah.
In the Bible, many times we were told to prepare in different ways.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely simple. I got you. Yeah. Conflicts. Just so we can kind of keep up with everything that's going on. We got balloons, the balloons.
Yeah.
Supposedly there are thousands of those things ready to come over our shores when the grid is down.
Well, we're hearing more and more about drone stuff going on.
Drones that's true.
Taking down, drones doing this one. It's different. This is a different time era for this type of war.
Man, it is.
And that's why I said modern stuff.
It's different.
It's different. But that doesn't mean that that's never going to happen, because that's people talking about like, that could never happen. Yes, it could. In a very different way. They got kill switches in these cars. All these new cars are coming out.
I heard about that.
Yeah. 2026 and on. And that's why I say don't buy new cars. That should be a thing right there. Don't buy I got to get me a new car. Such and such got a new car. I need this. It's got all these bells and whistles. No. You better get you an old car that's like built like a tank. It has no electrical computer stuff. And that's how I am.
All like, metal.
My Mad Max vehicle.
Yeah. Conflicts, balloons, violent protest. Not peaceful, which is kind of sort of what we're seeing now. The peaceful.
But when it escalates.
Yes. Cyber threats. That's
cyber. I think that and taking things down, that's how they'll cripple us first. I think that'll be their first thing, because people are going to be like, the cyber things getting taken down, the cyber attacks things going down, people are going to lose their mind. And then we'll kind of be that like sitting ducks, because the communication won't be the same, the warnings and stuff, we're not going to get it. And then we're kind of sitting ducks and we're like, we don't know what's coming. So my advice is, if that happens and we see something like that, some major cyber attack, grid down stuff, you need to assume everything that we've prepared for, scenarios we've talked about, possibly could come, and I need to have my head in order and my stuff right in hand.
Yes. Because not to say too much, but seriously, if grid goes down, you could be one of those I'm gonna try to spell it KIBUTTUTZ. That's definitely not. Come on. Over there when they came in and did October 7th.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That could legitimately happen to where you were at if the grid goes down. It could. So yeah. Regional. Hey, put those things on. It's time.
As soon as you hear that stuff go, you need to think, these are all the scenarios that could happen.
Possible. Yeah. The weather, we're going into the winter months. They've already said that the Texas, us, and several other parts of the country would probably really have serious issues with the weather this winter. Issues.
Yeah. And they're never going to, whether they're manipulating that or whether it's natural, they're not going to allow the opportunity to go. And they always know stuff like severe weather conditions. I'm like, they froze to death. The grid went down. So these people, large number of people, something happened. The grid's down. They don't have any communication. We can't get supplies. So whatever, they're going to take advantage because we know what their agenda is.
Thank you for that, Kate. No, seriously, I didn't even think about them. Seriously. Yeah. They could just tack right on and make it so much worse. Do. Yeah. Fuel, Middle East.
Fuel. Yeah, they're talking about rationing. They're going to do that. They did it in the 70s. Remember they doing the fuel thing? And everybody was stealing fuel and putting holes in people's gas tanks and stealing gas back. Wasn't it in the 70s?
Hey man, I got a siphon kit in my, and I got a couple. No, I got like 2 or 3 siphon. Seriously, I ain't even gonna lie. Harbor Freights. Yeah. Punch a hole. Yeah. Siphon kits. Sorry guys. But yeah.
And those who you have to be, see, somebody said 74. I thought it was 73.
What's that?
The fuel rationing. It was in 74.
Man, I remember 2008 when we had to follow the gas trucks to Quick Trip in Atlanta.
In that line, I remember long lines.
Man, yeah, I was like, me and my ex-wife. Yeah, we were like, hey, so who's going to work tomorrow? Because gas is going to be an issue. Is it going to be me or you? One of us needs to go out to the gas station. I was much younger. Right. One of us needs to go fill up the car so one of us can get to work tomorrow. That's how serious it was in Atlanta. Yeah. Yeah. So fuel. Anything pops off in the Middle East, fuel will be affected. Initially, gas prices may go up just a small amount. We may hit $4 a gallon, $3 a gallon, $4 a gallon. But if a conflict flares, there's the. Let's see what else we got. Anything really picks up an uptick in war in general. Stock markets are going to kind of see it. Things will do what they're going to do. We talked about the southern border, those sleeping people. Yeah, man. And they're just waiting. What about that other thing? That other video, that clip? I think you sent it to me. You sent it to me. 400. Oh, 400. There was the chest plates. There was the pew. There was a lot of things. I wonder if I can put it on my body. Sent me that. Body. I wonder if I can put it on my community tab. When I saw that, I was like, nah, that's a setup. Right now. They're arming up. They're equipped. Let's just equip the ones that are here. They know what they're doing. I'm telling you, we've been saying it for so long. The attack. A lot of our attack is going to come from within. It's not going to be people coming over. It is, and without comms, that's so dangerous. Without comms, yeah. I know that. It's coming, guys. Oh yeah. We're never going to be attacked. I mean, I won't say never, but no one's going to come from outside this country and like the military. Like how we're seeing it other places, and it was in the past with different things in other countries. I don't think it's going to go down the same way. Because again, you got to remember this is modernized. This is the modern times, and they're going to use in what they've done. And this has been a plan and process for decades. This has just been chipping away. Yeah. These somewhat peaceful protests, that maybe they even just set that up just to kind of see how many people they can mobilize through social media disinformation. Maybe they just want to see how many. There was a ton of people. I was almost a little talking like that was a ton when they went there, did their protesting up in DC. That was a lot of people. Yeah, everything happens. They altered, videos and stuff. Which would they do all kinds of stuff? But I was like, yeah, they're stirring that up. Yeah, briar patch. It will come from within. No, seriously. I mean, what better? Okay. So these forces that they definitely have to see how can they gauge responses, and the fact that there are protests of hundreds of thousands of people, not hundreds, thousands of people around the planet. I'm pretty sure they're celebrating. This is gonna be easy for them. This is better than what they expected. This is really. I don't know what brainwashed so many are, and they're just like, yeah. Look at that woke generation of stuff that they're just like, and I'm like, they'll take you out too, honey. They don't care that you're siding with them. Seriously, with that. Yeah. 2024. The good old I hate to say certain words, but the good old election. That is something that is gonna be front and center for us here. Yeah. Seriously. Look, we may turn on our both things. We may have our both things just broadcasting, and some channels may say, hey, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go, but something. It ain't gonna be like what it has been. Yeah. It may be some erratic guy telling you that T-Man is up in the polls and he's leading the country and he is taking the fight to NK and we need to support him. This election. Right. T-Man is doing this, and this, and he is leading. disinformation is going to be times a million. And he is leading the country onto the righteous path. 6 months and we can start to rebuild.
Right.
I'm just throwing it out there. Something like that. Or it could be the left.
Well, they're going to set the up to the. That's why I think a lot of people have said it. We say, well, I think that's what's going to cause the. They're going to try anything they can try. They're going to try a lot of things, and I think that's what they've been doing overseas to kind of spark up. They want WW3. They're doing everything. They're poking everywhere to start that. They're going to do everything here on our soil to poke Civil War 2.0. I think they're going to try to do all that.
Oh yeah. The bell things. Anybody that has a receiving radio, seriously, meet at this day, at this point to support something like that. And I don't know, a caravan of military and going from state to it's gonna be wild, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 2024 thing, which it's November now. So hey, fam, keep a close eye on what is happening, because this is going to be a very big event amongst everything else. It is going to be WW3, the official declaring whenever that happens, nuclear threats, the draft. All these are things that we have to keep an antenna up for.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And you see that? Did y'all see about the Air Force? They raised their, I think a lot of them did, but their enlistment age is 17 to 42. And then if you go in healthcare, I wrote it down. I went and looked on their website. And if you go in healthcare or like ministry, it's 17 to 48 now for enlistment ages.
Really?
They're so desperate. They don't have anybody.
That's crazy.
All the numbers are low. I think the Marine Corps is the only one that made their quotas. I think, was it last year or this year? I'm not sure.
Okay.
So they don't already have the numbers.
Yeah, that is insane, Coffee. Yeah.
And 48, if you're going to be in the health system, which is me and Josh, we were health. Or if you go to ministry.
Hey, I'm going to be like, look, before I do anything, I need my blood pressure medication.
I can't, guys. I can't.
Yeah, before I do anything. Yeah, which I'm stocked up on. I'm so stocked up on. Yes, freeze dried and everything.
Guys, do the mental things. Go through that. And just practice that in your mind with your family, your community, your mag, however, whatever you got. Because I don't want you to be reactive when it comes. I want you to be, okay, we've talked about this. Okay, I've worked this out. I know what I need to do. Yes. Because if you get excited, everybody else gets excited. And practice the calm, the have
chirp
your together.
That Constitutional Carpenter, the chirp. That's it. The chirp software. Yeah. That's it. Hey, Briar Patch, Casey looks so calm and relaxed. She is, man. she is, Briar Patch.
I'm going to the zone too. If I've ever, Huckleberry seen it a couple times. He was like, even when I got bit by that copperhead, he was like, you were so calm. I was freaking out.
What?
And I was just like,
you told me about it.
What I need to do.
I'd be like, Jesus.
And I mean, I felt bad, but I knew what was going on, and I monitored stuff, and I was like, if I get my adrenaline up, it's gonna make it worse. So,
I would totally break down. I'd be in a ball, screaming and crying.
I mean, when it initially happened, and I felt it, and I lifted up my foot. I mean, I did holler.
Yeah.
And he came running down the hallway, and I was like, I just got bit.
You just hollered?
I hollered out.
Wait, you told him I just got bit? Man,
I said I just got bit by a snake, and I had my foot, and I said it's venomous. There's 2 holes, and he was just like, he was freaking out.
Yeah, said, you weren't screaming.
No, I mean I went in the kitchen. I threw my foot up in the kitchen sink, and I said, "Go get me." He said, "What do you need?" And I went through my list of supplies, and I said, "Go get them, bring them to me." And then I just started doing what I did. I called the hospital. I said, and they said, "Well, we don't even have any venom." I said, "Well,
you called the hospital." Not
911. And I said, "Well, I'm not going to be coming in because I'm not doing that." And I said, so I just monitored my stuff. I did my protocols though. My grandmother did those, and I felt like a train wreck for about 24 hours at least.
Yeah,
I was shaking, and because that venom was working.
Hey, you ready, Casey? You are ready. Because I'd have been like 911, 911, please.
My mom took it. No, I mean, I just called. I didn't call an ambulance. I just called the ER, and I said, "What is y'all protocol?" And they said, "Well, we give you IV fluids and we monitor you. We don't have any." And I said, "Well, I won't do anti-venom anyways." But what? And they said, "We give you pain medicine, let it ride out, and give you fluids." I said, "Okay, well, I'm gonna stay at the house."
No anti-venom.
There's no anti-venom in the state of North Carolina. Most states don't carry anti-venom. That's why I say you better know your. I put those protocols. I've been trying to help y'all people for 2 years.
Yeah, Kevin.
There's a big white one I put up. I'm like, not read my disclaimers, but yeah.
I'd have been like, my heart's starting to stop pumping. Please help me.
I did put my foot. I put it in the kitchen sink and started washing it. I put some silver on it, and then Huck was running.
Silver?
Colloidal silver.
All right. Yeah, I know.
And I started doing my protocol. There was stuff I had to take internal, and then there was stuff I had to do topical. And then I monitored my vitals every 30 minutes for the first 2 hours.
Okay.
I mean, it took a while. I did a video the next day, and I looked really good. I didn't feel well, but I wasn't. I knew I was okay.
I'm laughing at simply.
You know how, like, even coaches like, am I in danger or do I just feel bad? Is it just making me feel like crap, or is my life in danger?
How do you figure that out?
Well, because I'm trained in that. I knew what signs to look for.
Man, heart rate, pulse, what?
I watched my vitals and I monitored my system. I
watch my vitals every day, but after was it rattlesnake? I knew what to
look for, but I knew what symptoms to look for. Topically in my vitals and myself, I knew how to monitor it. I mean, I was like sweating and throwing up that first couple hours after.
You was?
My body was trying to purge the. Toxins.
Oh no, that's it. I'm done. I'm dying.
You're not done. Your body knows what it's doing.
You threw up? Wait, you threw up?
Throwing up because your body's like, no. And you're like, you're trying to get it out, even though it can't.
Fred Sanford. Oh, I'm done. I'm done.
I got through it. It. It was sore. I mean, it swelled up to like the size of a tangerine, I would say, on my foot.
What? Hey, you gangster, Casey.
But I had very minimal. I didn't lose tissue damage because I did the topical stuff. I did it right away. I knew what to do.
Fam, y'all hear this?
Do it and don't delay it. Watch my video. You're in Texas. You should have all that stuff on hand for snake bites, anyways.
Man, I cut the grass very slowly out here. Very slowly with high boots and no.
I'll cut the grass in flip flops.
Nope. My neighbors. We saw some. It could have been a rattle. We saw some type of huge snake just going down the backyard. The other day, my neighbor, he was like, nope.
You gotta identify your snakes. Go to Tractor Supply or whatever your thing and go get that snake identify thing.
Watch your videos, Josh. I will, Miss Sharon.
He's not even subbed to me for like 2 years. He's never even subbed to me.
I am subbed to you. I am. Am I?
I gotta go, guys. This will be our last.
Yeah. Hey, man, have those conversations.
I mean, say no. They are after you. You must be on some. You're on an extra list now. They're censoring him like crazy.
Really?
I'm sorry, it's not on my end because I would see it. I would get something.
What up, Huck? Hey, yeah. Hey, fam, have those conversations. That's the bottom line right now. Is even if it's people who don't believe, people who think you're crazy, have those conversations so at least you can say, "Hey, we talked about this, and guess what? You didn't want to listen." Have those conversations.
Yeah.
I'm actually prepping for. I'm prepping for other family members. The personality classification. I know who can do what. Yeah. So I'm actually.
That's y'all's homework, guys. Do it.
I've bought some things specifically for them.
Watch videos.
Yeah.
Write down stuff, hard copy. Have your stuff on hand. Practice the things now. Make yourself uncomfortable. Go through scenarios in your head because you don't want to get excited. And that's why I didn't get excited about that. I mean, my history, but I knew, and my grandmother had done that. I mean, again, that was a way of life. Just do the things, guys. You stay calm. Everybody else will stay calm. Got to be level-headed.
Yes.
Now I'll smack somebody. If somebody starts getting all crazy and we're in a serious situation, I'm like, you better calm down or go somewhere else. I'm like,
okay, all right.
Take that somewhere else.
I'm like, I'm gonna pull it together, Casey. I'm okay. I'm gonna pull it together. Yeah.
All right, guys. I appreciate Josh. Thank you as always. Great time.
Oh no, we got a lot more. We got seriously. Like
we're gonna take an intermission break for 2 hours and then come back.
Yeah.
We'll do another one.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, chat. I love you guys. I'm praying for y'all. I hope that this sparks different things. We're always helping each other out. Y'all always help me.
Me too. Coffee.
See, that's right. I was like, go calm down. Just bring me my stuff and you're going to have to freak out over there. I know what to look for. Calm down.
What?
When I got bit, he said,
I'm like, oh Lord. Oh Lord, please.
I was like, calm down. Stop getting excited. I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Calm down. Yeah.
All right.
I appreciate you guys. Truly. I love you. You need anything? Praying for you. Email me if you have questions.
Email her. I don't answer.
You're a lost cause. It's not going to happen. If you email Josh, it's not going to. Sorry.
I've accepted that.
That is not his strong suit, guys. But I appreciate it. Y'all have a great night. Thank you again, Josh. I appreciate you. Y'all be blessed. Absolutely. We'll see you again because we're going to be doing more of these.
I'm on it, Katrina.
All right. Y'all have a good one. Good night, guys.
Peace out.